coming in from Searchlight Pictures. It is the official trailer of A Complete Unknown, John. We reacted to the teaser a couple of months back. I think it was the end of July.
Yes.
With Animia. And well, I think we all got something out of it. Didn't show too much. I didn't think it would. This is Mangold, isn't it? It's directing this.
Yes. Yeah. I want to say.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. He did obviously the Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Biopic. So I had every faith. I like Mangold. I think he's a great director.
He's a stunning director. Ford v Ferrari.
Timothy Chalamet's in this, of course. He's playing the main man, Bob Dylan. I loved what we saw, but I want to see more.
Yeah, no, Steve, it looked really faithful to the great man. That particular time, I think, where he's finding his sort of himself in New York in that scene becoming. I'm thinking that's what it's about, isn't it? It's about him rising up until maybe the Electric era. I don't know if they tackled the controversy of that, but it looks like it's tackling that formative stage of his career.
Yeah.
Where he's wearing the sort of suede tan coloured jacket. He's stoating, as we like to say here, walking around New York. He's got his initial sort of romantic interest, who's on that famous album cover, which I'm blanking on the name of. Shocking. Snowy, walking down the middle of a street. Freewheeling, yeah. How can you forget that? Shocking. But man, it looks really period accurate.
Yeah.
Chalamet's a wondrous director, actor. I'm bringing this up and it's fucking with my concentration. I can't double task. Not even multitask, double task. He's a wondrous actor, and he looks as though he's doing for Dylan what Butler did for Elvis, Austin Butler, in terms of obviously trying to capture the essence of the man in film.
Yeah.
Hopefully he gets the Oscar. Austin Butler didn't get an Oscar. I want Chalamet to get an Oscar. I'm rooting for the guy.
Yeah.
He's a young guy. He's a brilliant actor. I maintain he's the DiCaprio of my generation because he's technically a millennial.
Yeah.
The Zoomers are trying to claim him. They can go and fuck themselves. He was born in 1995.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's a millennial. He's a DiCaprio of the millennial generation. He's a tweener. So I'm looking forward to it, man. It looks like it's a faithful adaptation of the great man, his story. And in fact, Chalamet's singing. Look, we'll get into it.
Yeah.
Do more talking afterwards. No one's going to fucking listen to this. Play.
You tramped all the way from Minnesota. Why is that?
Some shit.
I wanted to catch a spark.
If you're traveling in the North Country Fair.
I say no one wants to hear what a kid wrote last month.
Well, I like your songs.
Where the winds hit heavy on the borderline.
Who wrote this? He did.
Remember me. How about that Joan Baez, folks?
Well, she's pretty. Sings pretty. Maybe a little too pretty.
Your songs are like an oil painting at the dentist's office.
You're kind of an asshole, Bob.
If you go with snowflake storm, when the river's freezing, summer ends.
For anyone who's gonna hold your attention on a stage, you have to kind of be a freak.
Yeah, you can be beautiful or you can be ugly, but you can't be plain.
To keep her from the howling winds.
When's the new album out?
Soon. 200 people in that room, and each one wants me to be somebody else. They should just let me be.
Let you be what?
Whatever it is they don't want me to be.
I hear Bob is playing electric.
Not on our stage, he isn't.
Oh my God, it's Bob Dylan.
Once upon a time, you're just so fine.
They just want me singing Blowing in the Wind for the rest of my goddamn life.
Then you.
Well, this is gonna piss some people off.
You came here with nothing but a guitar. You never talk about your family, your past.
People make up their past, Sylvie. They remember what they want. They forget the rest.
I want to know which side he's on.
I'm not sure they want to hear what I want to play, Johnny.
I want to hear it.
Turn it down! Play it loud.
Make some noise, BD.
To have you on your own. Like a complete unknown.
Shots.
Like a rolling stone.
I want to say this right now, John.
That's an Academy Award
Christmas
win.
dates. This comes out, by the way.
Oh, God.
he is winning the Oscar.
Oh, he is.
He is winning the fucking Oscar.
If he's eligible,
Yeah.
then if I don't know the dates, I presume they've released this to be eligible for the Academy Awards.
Yeah.
He's got to be a fucking front runner, if not the absolute standout favourite. I mean, he has to be. The
John-
performance is there. He's got the cadences down in the man, the mannerisms, the look,
I was
everything.
going to say that. It's not
It's
just
just-
about the look and the voice. His body language is
Everything.
exactly like Bob Dylan's at that period. And he's that awkwardness.
I mean,
Going
that's
into a press conference.
Stephen, that says it in the initial reaction we did that he must take some kind of inspiration from Bob. I think Timothy was born in the New York sort of metro area, but he's grown up in similar sort of circles to what Bob would have been mixing in
At that
50,
age,
60 years ago.
Yep.
He went into, I always muck it up, West Village or something like that. It's one of those villages, artsy kind of neighbourhoods in New York, sort of poetry and music and whatnot, just a melting pot of creative brilliance.
Yeah.
Timothy will be aware of that sort of lifestyle, the culture surrounding New York and that kind of, we were just talking about it, we've had like Sajani on my channel who's part of Movie Burners, does writing, stays in New York. It just attracts that kind of people.
Yeah.
So he will know what maybe affected Bob in certain ways in the city and how the impact that had. I firmly believe he is fucking dialed in for this performance. You can tell that it's something that drives him. He clearly is a fan of Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
He's got everything down. It just looks like a really, really good film, just across the board.
I think as well, it helps,
hope it is.
obviously, it's get the green light from, obviously, Dylan himself. You know, just to use the music as well. We've seen a lot of biopics that can't get that permission. They just flop because of it. It doesn't matter how good they're acted and written. If you don't have the authenticity of the work in there as well, it kind of dilutes it a little bit. So I'm very happy to see that. Johnny Cash
in
coming
the
into
fucking
this
film.
was a very... I was a
unbelievable.
surprised because I know that he obviously had a good friendship with Johnny Cash,
Yeah.
but I thought that was later on. I thought that was sort of late 60s, early 70s.
Well, they seem to be dabbling with a whole lot of eras. When did Like a Rolling Stone come out? That was pretty late on, wasn't it, in the 60s?
60s,
Mid
yeah.
to late 60s, yeah. So I'm glad they're tackling that and the controversy, furore that surrounded him transitioning over to electric music.
Yeah.
Never understood
It
that.
looks like they're covering the period that was in the documentary.
Yeah.
You know, from, God, nearly 20 years ago.
I mean, it's only right.
Scorsese one.
Because, I mean, that propelled him into sort
Yeah.
of wider fame, becoming an electric artist. He was the sort of folk star people knew of him, but it's probably more niche.
Yeah.
And almost like, I don't know, like Nirvana in the Washington area before they became fucking superstars, doing like, I don't know, the first album they brought out, Nirvana. I remember it, I've listened to it, I don't remember the
Casting
name
as
now.
well, John. We can't not say anything about the casting here. We can't miss it.
Unbelievable.
Everything Joan Baez looked exactly like her.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
The girlfriend, I don't know what her name was.
Stephen,
but,
it's incredible. It looks like her on the album cover.
yeah.
She's
you
got
said that
just-
before we
it's
came
a
on, John.
fucking
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah.
How well they've cast this movie. I don't know in terms of visuals about the Johnny Cash casting, but he seems to have energy.
Yeah.
I like
Well, I
that.
know who it was right away. I knew who he was right away
Yeah,
as soon
yeah.
as I saw him. That's Johnny Cash. You know,
Yeah.
So they've done it. They've done.
In fact, it comes out Christmas Day. It's an interesting choice. We know that Robert Eggers is bringing out Nosferatu, so those two are going to go head to head in Christmas Day. Not the kind of films I would have associated with Christmas Day. I'm not going to
Different
lie.
audiences, maybe.
But
I don't know.
I mean,
Not in this household.
See, to be fair, Eggers has never been like a box office titan.
No.
The Northman and The Witch and The Lighthouse, they're kind of artsy, indie kind of movies with bigger budgets. Well, certainly the last couple have got bigger budgets, but they've not made massive money at the box office. Mangled, backed with Searchlight Pictures, one of the renowned sort of independent, original thinking kind of studios. They did their thing, and then also Disney took over. And it became, instead of Fox Searchlight, it became Searchlight. They've released Jojo Rabbit and other movies like that.
They kind of.
More likely to make more money in this movie.
Yeah, but I mean, this period is probably the important time for anyone coming in to understand what Bob Dylan was all about.
Yeah.
He was forever changing, and this was probably the sort of big change in him from going from folk to electric. But
Yeah,
all
he
throughout
becomes a
his
country
career, he's
star.
done it. He's done. Yeah, I was going to say that, John.
Yeah.
I think he changed his voice. Lily Delay
Yeah,
changed
even
his
nasally,
voice.
yeah.
You know, obviously doing a lot of country stuff with Johnny Cash as well. Later
Then
on,
reimagining himself again in
He
the
did-
80s with the Travelling Wilburys and whatnot, and then in the 90s and consistently getting number ones across
Things
5,
have
6
changed,
decades.
yeah.
What a song.
Yeah.
you put it on a video on Instagram, on the gram. I was
Yeah.
listening to it. I think it was on the gram.
Yeah.
Yeah. I fucking love that song.
Yeah, it's a great
Love the
song.
video.
I just love
I just
the
love
guy.
Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Just love the guy.
Yeah.
And it's one of my biggest regrets. I didn't get to see him live. I think he's coming to Glasgow again. But
Yeah.
again, it's
I
a
think he's
small
coming to
arena.
Edinburgh as well. Yeah.
It's a small venue again. Bob,
Yeah.
you can sell out stadiums,
Yeah.
mate. What are you doing? Give me a chance to see you. Fucking hell. But I digress. What's your thoughts on A Complete Unknown? I just think that looks stunning. That's get multiple Academy Awards written all over it. For costume design, for production, adaptation, director, film,
They've nailed
actor.
it. They've
It
absolutely
just
nailed it. Yeah.
if it's as good as the trailers are portraying, we're on to a winner chicken dinner, as we like to say in certain circles over here. I know I do. I know Ian Wright would have maybe have sung that back in the day as well. I can love that advert. What's your thoughts on A Complete Unknown though? Share your thoughts down below on it. On Timothy, on the film, on the vibes of the trailer. Do you think it could potentially win Academy Awards? Our reaction, anything you want to share, put it down below in the comment section. That's the place to put your thoughts. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to get notifications straight to your eyes for future content like this. And until the next time, all that's left to be said is bye bye.